47. 1. Without going outside his door, one understands all that takes place under the sky. Without looking out from his window, one sees the Tao of heaven. The farther that one goes out from himself, the less he knows. 2. Therefore the sages got their knowledge without traveling, gave their right names to things without seeing them, and accomplished their ends without any purpose of doing so. 48. 1. He who devotes himself to learning, seeks, from day to increase his knowledge. He who devotes himself to the Tao, seeks, from day to diminish his doing. 2. He diminishes it and again diminishes it, till he arrives at doing nothing, on purpose. Having arrived at this point of non-action, there is nothing which he does not do. 3. He who gets as his own all under heaven does so by giving himself no trouble, with that end. If one take trouble, with that end, he is not equal to getting as his own all under heaven. 49. 1. The sage has no invariable mind of his own, he makes the mind of the people his mind. 2. To those who are good, to me, I am good, and to those who are not good, to me, I am also good. And thus, all get to be good. To those who are sincere, with me, I am sincere, and to those who are not sincere, with me, I am also sincere. And thus, all get to be sincere. 3. The sage has in the world an appearance of indecision, and keeps his mind in a state of indifference to all. The people all keep their eyes and ears directed to him, and he deals with them all as his children. 50. 1. Men come forth and live, they enter, again, and die. 2. Of every 10 3 are ministers of life, to themselves, and 3 are ministers of death. 3. There are also 3 in every 10 whose aim is to live, but whose movements tend to the land, or place, of death. And for what reason? Because of their excessive endeavors to perpetuate life. 4. But I have heard that he who is skillful in managing the life entrusted to him for a time travels on the land without having to shun rhinoceros or tiger, and enters a host without having to avoid buff coat or sharp weapon. The rhinoceros finds no place in him into which to thrust its horn, nor the tiger a place in which to fix its claws, nor the weapon a place to admit its point. And for what reason? Because there is in him no place of death. 51. 1. All things are produced by the Tao, and nourished by its outflowing operation. They receive their forms according to the nature of each, and are completed according to the circumstances of their condition. Therefore all things without exception honor the Tao, and exalt its outflowing operation. 2. This honoring of the Tao and exalting of its operation is not the result of any ordination, but always a spontaneous tribute. 3. Thus it is that the Tao produces all things, nourishes them, brings them to their full growth, nurses them, completes them, matures them, maintains them, and overspreads them. 4. It produces them and makes no claim to the possession of them. It carries them through their processes and does not vaunt its ability in doing so. It brings them to maturity and exercises no control over them. This is called its mysterious operation. 52. 1. The Tao, which originated all under the sky, is to be considered as the mother of them all. 2. When the mother is found, we know what her children should be. When one knows that he is his mother's child, and proceeds to guard the qualities of the mother that belong to him, to the end of his life he will be free from all peril. 3. Let him keep his mouth closed, and shut up the portals of his nostrils, and all his life he will be exempt from laborious exertion. Let him keep his mouth open, and spend his breath in the promotion of his affairs, and all his life there will be no safety for him. 4. The perception of what is small is the secret of clear-sightedness. The guarding of what is soft and tender is the secret of strength. 5. Who uses well his light reverting to its source so bright, will from his body ward all blight, and hides the unchanging from men's sight. 53. 1. If I were suddenly to become known, and put into a position to conduct a government, according to the great Tao, what I should be most afraid of would be a boastful display. 2. The great Tao, or way, is very level and easy, but people love the byways. 3. Their courtyards and buildings shall be well kept, but their fields shall be ill cultivated, and their granaries very empty. They shall wear elegant and ornamented robes, carry a sharp sword at their girdle, pamper themselves in eating and drinking, and have a superabundance of property and wealth. Such princes may be called robbers and boasters. This is contrary to the Tao surely. 54. 1. What Tao's skillful planter plants can never be uptorn. What his skillful arms enfold from him can ne'er be born. Sons shall bring in lengthening line sacrifices to his shrine. 2. Tao when nursed within one's self, his vigor will make true. And where the family it rules, what riches will accrue? The neighborhood where it prevails, in thriving will abound. And when 'tis seen throughout the state, good fortune will be found. Employ it the kingdom o'er, and men thrive all around. 3. In this way the effect will be seen in the person, by the observation of different cases, in the family, in the neighborhood, in the state, and in the kingdom. 4. How do I know that this effect is sure to hold thus all under the sky? By this method of observation. 55. 1. He who has in himself abundantly the attributes of the Tao, is like an infant. Poisonous insects will not sting him, fierce beasts will not seize him, birds of prey will not strike him. 2. The infant's bones are weak and its sinews soft, but yet its grasp is firm. It knows not yet the union of male and female, and yet its virile member may be excited. Showing the perfection of its physical essence. All day long it will cry without its throat becoming hoarse. Showing the harmony in its constitution. 3. To him by whom this harmony is known, the secret of the unchanging Tao is shown, and in the knowledge wisdom finds its throne. All life increasing arts to evil turn, where the mind makes the vital breath to burn, false is the strength, and o'er it we should mourn. 4. When things have become strong, they, then, become old, which may be said to be contrary to the Tao. Whatever is contrary to the Tao soon ends. 56. 1. He who knows the Tao does not care to speak about it. He who is ever ready to speak about it does not know it. 2. He who knows it will keep his mouth shut and close the portals of his nostrils. He will blunt his sharp points and unravel the complications of things. He will attemper his brightness, and bring himself into agreement with the obscurity of others. This is called the mysterious agreement. 3. Such an one cannot be treated familiarly or distantly. He is beyond all consideration of profit or injury, of nobility or meanness. He is the noblest man under heaven. 57. 1. A state may be ruled by measures of correction, weapons of war may be used with crafty dexterity, but the kingdom is made one's own, only by freedom from action and purpose. 2. How do I know that it is so? By these facts: in the kingdom the multiplication of prohibitive enactments increases the poverty of the people. The more implements to add to their profit that the people have, the greater disorder is there in the state and clan. The more acts of crafty dexterity that men possess, the more strange contrivances appear. The more display there is of legislation, the more thieves and robbers there are. 3. Therefore a sage has said, I will do nothing of purpose, and the people will be transformed of themselves. I will be fond of keeping still. And the people will of themselves become correct. I will take no trouble about it. And the people will of themselves become rich. I will manifest no ambition. And the people will of themselves attain to the primitive simplicity.